Stephen Curry is one of the greatest athletes in the world.
Never in a million years imagined this to be a possibility.
And now Curry is sharing his journey to the top in a 6-part Facebook watch series, Stephen versus the Game.
I'm just excited to kind of open the veil a little bit in terms of what makes me me, what motivates me on and off the court.
Curry's wife, Aisha, is one of his major motivators. Together, they juggle 2 high-profile careers while raising 3 young children.
How do you guys balance it?
We're still learning. Like, it's crazy. I was thinking about like what we used to do in our free time even like 5-6 years ago, and we can't even answer the question.
No.
And obviously with 3 kids now and her career blossoming, I really think she is busier than me. It definitely takes a village.
And if that village had a chief, it would be Curry's mom, Sonia.
She has always been the encourager in our family and the one that has given me the most understanding of who I am as a person and an individual. And she is so like fierce and bold and to the point and direct. I get my grit and my competitiveness and my fire from her.
Growing up, that grit came in handy.
You were scrawny, scrappy, but scrawny. You didn't have a lot of blue chip colleges looking at you. You get to the NBA, a lot of folks are like, he's overrated, he's overrated. How much does that still fuel you? How much of a chip do you still play with?
I always do, because I've heard that so many times over and over again throughout my journey. But that's part of my DNA, and I feel like I can continue to get better. And what's going to drive me to get to that point is that chip that people said I wasn't supposed to be on this level.
Curry's latest venture is a fast break from basketball. Last year, he co-founded a production company called Unanimous Media.
You're not just writing checks and slapping your names on these things. I mean, you seem to be really passionate about these projects. And they also all seem to involve faith or manifestation of that. Why?
That's the foundation of who I am. I'm not running around, hitting people over the head with the Bible, but for me, like, I know, what my purpose is and who I play basketball for and who I live life for. But I encourage people to find, something bigger than themselves that they can tap into to find that purpose and perspective in life.
Perspective is a theme for Curry, and it's on full display in his first documentary called Emmanuel. The film focuses on forgiveness in the aftermath of the 2015 church shooting in Charleston.
I'm from South Carolina, and I was there shortly after the church shooting in Charleston, and it stayed with me. Why was Emmanuel a story that you felt so passionate about being told?
When I heard about the specifics of the story and how the families of the victims of the Emmanuel Church chose forgiveness over hate and anger, that was something that everybody needs to hear. I don't know if I had the strength to do the exact same thing in that situation, but I wanted people to hear their point of view on why they decided to do that.
What's the end game? Like, where's Steph Curry 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
5 years still playing for the Warriors and still hopefully winning championships.
At 35?
I'm with it. After that, I don't know. If you asked me that 5 to 10 years ago, I probably would have answered it wrong. That's the thing when everybody asks you about like legacy and all that type of stuff. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the moment.